What is up, folks? Welcome in. This is JE Live, and we're doing back-to-back nights of Q&A. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, Jawson? What's up, Substance? How we folks doing? Good? It's good to be back. It's good to have some consistency. It's funny, I'm a big fan of consistency, right? We're big fans of consistency. We constantly badger for players to be consistent. We constantly badger for our favorite, gaming studios or movie film studios to be consistent. But we ourselves don't always keep that same path, and I know I'm guilty of that. So hopefully this is me turning over that new leaf, I guess. Um, what's up, Dingus? I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Still waiting to pick on my dynasty league. I'm pretty sure by the time my pick happens, I don't pick until the fourth round to be fair. But I don't think until that happens. I mean, I think we'll get another Avengers movie by the time I pick. So it's been taking a while. You check out that interview Mike Silver did with McVay. No, I haven't. I haven't. I heard it's good though. I heard it's good. Yeah, I mean, not a ton to talk about, so I figure until we get stuff to talk about, we're gonna do Q&As. So I'm gonna be answering your questions, and sorry if it's not on the screen. I'm just an idiot. I had prepared and haven't put it up, but we'll get that up there. It's a big thing that I love with the engagement here is I think it's so much easier to do Q&As when you can actually see the comments on the screen, but like one after another. I know I used to have the chat box. Chat box kind of got out of whack. And I don't use Streamlabs OBS anymore, so I just use OBS. Big reason why I switched over to this. I just think it's so much cleaner. Doesn't use as much of my CPU, the whole nine. Let's see. Yeah, going through, just giving you guys your due because I think I already responded to those. Jake, how do you feel about the All-Star selection for baseball? Has the All-Star team already been selected? I don't think I knew that. I didn't know that at all. Let me let me check. I feel so out of the loop right now. All-Star voting ends. Okay, fan voting ends on June 30th. Okay, are you asking about it in general? The leading vote getters right now? Is that what you're talking about, Rusty? Let's see. So as far as American League catcher goes, Alejandro Kirk for the Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero for the Blue Jays at first base, Jose Altuve at second base, Rafael Devers at third, Bo Bichette at short, Aaron Judge in outfield, Mike Trout, George Springer. George Springer has more votes than Taylor Ward, really? Isn't Taylor Ward batting like 370? Like, I mean, come on, folks. You can tell the fans voted for this one. No offense to you, but fan voting is really bad, and I'm not a fan of it at all. Yordan Alvarez, duh, he got in as a designated hitter. Otani apparently isn't gonna get into the All-Star game. That's something. I know he's not having the best year, but it is also Otani. You would think, the whole Ichiro, voting, you'd think he'd get in. In the NL, Wilson Contreras, Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm. That makes sense. He's having a really good year. And Ozzy Albies wouldn't even be able to play anyway because he's out. Manny Machado, hopefully he's okay. I saw he rolled his ankle. Trey Turner. Mookie Betts, who's probably not going to play. Ronald Acuna. And Jock Peterson, which is great. I voted for two of them. Actually, I voted for all three. I think that was literally my outfield. So, Bryce Harper at DH. It's interesting that he's DH, but yeah. So that's the All-Star thing right now. But I don't know if that's what you were talking about. Yeah, I'll have to check it out at some point. Hi, Jake. The LA Rams should use Brandon Powell as a backup wide receiver to Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson. I don't know about that one. They got a guy by the name of Van Jefferson who's pretty darn good. Just had over 800 yards receiving in his second year. They really like Tutu Atwell. They really like Jacob Harris. They like Ben Skoranek. Odell's, if he comes back, it's going to be around not August, October or November. So I don't know. I'd like to see Powell used, as like a gadget, but I don't see him being utilized as the third. No. All right. What's up, Darren? Favorite NBA draft prospect? Ooh, this is a good one. I mean, I'm a Kansas Jayhawk fan, so, by default, I guess I'd say Ochai Agbaji, but let me look it up right now, because I gotta, I don't have the names in front of me. I'll let you know how I feel. I'm not high on Chet Holmgren. I think he's going to be a bust. I'm just saying right now, I'm really not high on him. Ben Caro, I hate Duke, but Ben Caro is very good. Jabari Smith, the kid from Auburn, I like him. I like Matherin from Arizona. I just don't get the hype for Chet Holmgren. He's 7 feet tall, and he's skinnier than me. I mean, I don't know. Ivy from Purdue. Griffin, I like from Duke. Agbaji, like I said, from Kansas. He's a top 10 prospect, I think. I love Mark Williams from Duke. That's a guy. If you want to talk about, all right, we're going tall, center in the NBA. Mark Williams is 7'2" and is 242. Like, he's got good size. Like, I like him more than I don't like Holmgren at all. I don't see the vibe with him. I don't see the hype. I don't get it. He's tall. Congrats. There've been guys like that before. I think kind of an underrated kind of guy is Keegan Murray, who, I mean, honestly should have probably won Player of the Year by statistical output. I think he's somebody that's not getting enough love. I've seen him going out of the top 10. Who else do I like? Walker Kessler is just a go-to defensive body in the front court. Dyson Daniels is from the G League. I don't know how that whole thing works. I don't get that. How you can draft a guy straight out of the G League. That always felt weird to me. I like Jalen Duren from Memphis a lot. Like, he should be 100% a lottery pick. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, I mean, aside from that, I think it's funny that there's Nikola Jovic instead of Jokic. Isaiah Mobley, the brother of, I forget the Mobley's name, Evan Mobley. I mean, aside from that, I'm not really too high on a lot of players this year. I think it's a good class. It's definitely a good class. I just think that some guys are getting way too overrated. Like, Holmgren, I just don't get. I don't. I want to see my guy, Ochai, get drafted. I think people are definitely sleeping on Christian Brown from Kansas as well. Although maybe not this site. They have him going in the top 20. Interesting. Yeah, just like kind of looking at this right now. Brown. Yeah, I guess they don't even have Remy Martin. I think Remy Martin should get drafted, but whatever. But yeah, those are some guys. I think if I was on the clock at number 1, I'd pick Jabari Smith and not look back, but that's just me. All bias aside, Jabari Smith, I think, is the best player in this draft. I think Jalen Duren is the most underrated from Memphis. I think he's got an astronomically high ceiling. Probably should have stayed in school, but, I think that's probably what I would say. My favorite, though, is Agbaji. The best, I think, is Jabari Smith. Mark Williams. I'd say Mark Williams, Jalen Duren, and Ochai. Mark Williams, Jalen Duren, and Christian Brown, I think, are the most underrated. That's how I answer that question. Took me a while, but we got there. Thoughts on the Gronk retirement? Do you think he's the GOAT tight end? I do. And I know it's kind of weird, like, when people are like, really? Gronkowski? Really? Like, you look at his stats, and they're not that much better than Travis Kelce, but I'm kind of tired of hearing that because Travis Kelce has 57 touchdowns to Gronkowski's 91. Like, Gronkowski's putting points on the board more than Kelce. Okay, that's first thing. Second thing is Gronkowski's a winner. You know, oh, he's only been with Tom Brady. Okay, and Tom Brady's had him all the time, and he's been fantastic. When he's hurt, they're not the same. So, here's what I'll say. Too much goes into receiving. Gronkowski is a phenomenal blocker. Okay, that he does not get enough credit for his blocking ability. The only one that I think is better than him is Tony Gonzalez, but I think his injuries and the fact that Gronkowski retired early, the stats are going to make it look like he's not close. Like, if you say Tony Gonzalez is the best tight end of all time, totally fine with it. Would not argue against it. If you say Travis Kelce, oh, he's got some tight end. He's got some touchdowns to catch up on. But what's up, Brandon? How's it going? Oh God, Tim Tebow. If Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay were dangling off a cliff, you could only reach out to save one of them from falling. Who would you save? Who would it be to save the Rams season? I mean, it's got to be Sean McVay, right? I mean, that is a super grim thought, but the Rams wouldn't owe Matthew Stafford all that money anymore. The Rams could go out and then trade the farm to go and get their quarterback, and they'd still have Sean McVay. It's not a surprise that 2017 rolled along, and it was the first time since, 2004 they made the playoffs. It was Sean McVay. So I hate that you asked me that question, Scott, but I'm just I'm gonna answer with the best I can, I guess. What teams have each other's number across the NFL? Like, what do you mean? Like, specific rivalries? Like, I mean, I think the Rams have Arizona's number big time. It appears to me that the Jaguars have the Colts number. Like, there are random teams like that, you know. I don't know. It's an interesting question. I'm not really sure how to answer that. Yeah, he did win a playoff game. He has that going for him. I just don't understand putting the Bucks ahead of the Rams just because they have Tom Brady. I mean, are we gonna just do that every time? I mean, I guess we are, because the same people that picked Tom Brady and the Bucks to beat the Rams this year and earlier in the season and last year, they'll probably pick them again. Here's a fact. Sean McVay against Tom Brady versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 3-0. Seeing A-Rob tape and noticed he runs amazing routes but never had good quarterback play. What are some of the best routes he runs with him being different than Woods? How do you think McVay utilizes him? It's true. And it's funny. I find a lot of Rams fans are going back to the Rams-Bears game, almost like naturally, right? Like, you think about it, you're like, oh, that's the last time I saw A-Rob. Not everybody, but there are some Rams fans that don't watch like other games and whatnot, and that's totally fine. So they went back and they watched the Rams-Bears game, and they came away with the fact, like, yeah, you know, A-Rob wasn't necessarily taking the top off the defense, and he wasn't really going up and high-pointing the football. He was actually moving the chains, showing his ability, you know, to help over the middle. And that build and how big and physical he is over the middle, he's able to break tackles, man. He's able to be a pain in the ass over the middle of the field, you know, inside the numbers, get hit, absorb contact. Not everybody can do that. So he's almost like a big slot receiver in a sense that can also play on the outside and be a power forward / center, you know, boxing out a defender to go for a basketball rebound, you know. I mean, that's basically what he is. He can kind of do it all. The video that I posted, the YouTube short, really shows you he didn't really have the quarterback play. You know, you just put him on it. You put the ball on him, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Instead, the dude has to dive, completely full extension, arms out, make the grab. You know, it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. But I'm not high on Chet either. Has bust written all over him. I totally agree. Totally agree. My guy, Bo Cruz. Yes. That movie was great. I really liked Hustle. Caitlin Clark is my favorite prospect WNBA from Iowa. She's a baller. Check her out. All right. Do I feel like the Eagles are a legit threat? Not to the Rams, but I mean, I think to win that division, they definitely should be considered the favorite right now. Them, the Giants. I mean, I think every team in that. The division, here's one thing I'll say. The Cowboys will not win the NFC East. Did you hear what I said? I'll repeat it for you. The Cowboys will not win the NFC East. Over the last 10 years in the NFC East, no one has repeated as the champion of that division. It's not happening. It's not. It's not going to happen. There's a reason. They beat the crap out of each other. And I don't think Dallas is that great. Oh, well, Jake, Dallas scored a lot of points last year. Look who they scored a lot of points against. Washington, Philly, New York. Every time. It never fails. They trick people into thinking, oh, this is the year. No, it won't be the year until you start using Tony Pollard as your main running back. Guy averages 5.5 yards per carry, and he's really going to be trotted out there as the number 2 guy behind Zeke Elliott. And you wonder why you guys can't get past the divisional round. I mean, for the love of God, get a grip. Oh, nice. Oh, all the time. All the time. You should see their face, like if you're out in public and you say Gronk is the best tight end ever, and you bring up blocking as an example as to why, like he's one of the greatest blockers ever, their face goes blank because they don't know what blocking is almost in a tight end. It's like these people only go by stats. Yeah, people really need to put some respect on Jalen Duren's name. He was huge for Memphis in the tournament. I don't think people are talking about him enough. Eagles have a new logo? What? Why would they do that? No. Why? Oh, no, they changed the... Okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I don't think it's better, but I don't think it's that bad, I guess. It's a very... Yeah. Yeah, it's... I'll show it to you guys. One second. Basically, the Eagles just changed it to... Let's see here. I'll show you in just 1 second. Where is it? Okay. So basically, this is what the new wordmark logo is. I mean, it just seems like they're going with something more modern, you know? I like the Eagles wordmark, the old one, but I get that. It is a little dated, I guess. You know what I mean, though? Like, Yeah, Nolan, like, I agree. It just looks plain. It doesn't look like it looks just ordinary. It doesn't look like it really stands out. Is what it is. But I don't hate it. Can you break down conservative play calling and what you mean by playing not to lose like McVay has done in the past? Absolutely. Okay, so conservative play calling and what I'll call it playing not to lose is essentially when you have the lead. Maybe you don't have the lead. I don't know. Then you have some other issues. But you have the lead and you're feeling good. You're also playing well. Say like you have Matthew Stafford and you're also throwing the ball well and all of that. And now all of a sudden on 3rd down and 10 or whatever, when normally you would throw the ball, well, you're playing not to lose. So instead, you're going to run the ball. Run some clock. If you don't get the 1st down, you'll punt it. You're totally okay with that. Here's the problem with that. Being conservative and just running out the clock and trying to play not to lose leads you to losing more often than not. Because these are NFL teams with NFL coaches, with NFL players. And when you have that, the difference between most teams in the league is 1 to 2 players, 3 to 4 players. And 1 to 2 plays and 3 to 4 plays is the difference between a win and a loss. Sometimes it's 1 play. So when you really think about it, just playing not to lose is stupid. It's dumb. Don't do it. I don't think McVay does it as much anymore, but yeah, there was a point where I was just sitting there. I'm like, so. Amazing. Amazing. If I picked McVay, we would just wish Stafford back with the Dragon Balls. That is an A+ comment. Tampa beat the Yankees. I'm sure they're celebrating like they just won the World Series again, like Toronto did the other day. Kellen Winslow, Antonio Gates, David Casper, Mike Barber are your greatest tight ends. Well, I don't know about that. I think, like, Dave Casper, if I'm not mistaken, he had fewer touchdowns than Kelsey has now, and he only had 5,216 yards. His best season, he had 852 yards. Gronkowski had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. So I would say no on Dave Casper. I think he's up there, like, as, like, tight ends that were great, but Mike Barber, not the linebacker. Mike Barber had 17 touchdowns and had not even 3,000 yards, so I would definitely say no to him. I know he was on the Rams. He had a good year, 83, but I don't think he would be in the discussion on that level. Kellen Winslow is in the discussion right off the rip because he's the one that really made the tight end, pass catching for a tight end a big thing, Like, he kind of changed how tight ends were viewed at one point. Because they were just viewed as those guys, like, oh yeah, they just block. They're like more athletic offensive linemen. Like, that's pretty much what it was. So I'm looking for his stats now. Yeah, Winslow had fewer touchdowns, but he had closer to Gronk's yards. I think Winslow playing when he did deserves a lot of credit, especially because he was a 3-time 1,000-yard receiver at tight end. I mean, definitely belongs in the discussion. I'd probably take Gronk. And then Antonio Gates is just another one that's like, I mean, he was phenomenal. Yeah, Gates is one of the absolute up here. He had 116 touchdown receptions, 11,841 yards. He only had 2,000-yard seasons, but had a 984, 924, 964-yard season. I mean, the guy is absolutely one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Tony Gonzalez. Let's look at him. He had 111 touchdowns. So Gates has the record, I think, for tight end touchdowns with 116. Gonzalez had 111, 15,127 yards. That's a lot more than Gates. He also had 1,325 receptions, which is, Gates didn't even get to 1,000. And he played 270 games. Gates played 236. Yeah, Gonzalez is... If it's not Gronk, I think it's Gonzalez as the GOAT, and I'm not going to argue against him at tight end. I do. What's up, Ram Station? Yeah, I definitely think the Rams. I think the Rams are going to repeat. I think they're going to beat the Bills. Good one. Yeah, that's a really good question, Dingus. I mean, my opinion when it comes to this is that I think what ended up happening, yeah, exactly what you said. What ended up happening to Gurley scared people away. Scared people away from paying running backs. Like, if you're not Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry, probably not getting paid. Christian McCaffrey, I'm sure, is... You had that in there as well. And Elliott, yeah, of course. So, yeah, I think you kind of answered the question. I mean, that's really what I think has happened. Teams have looked at Gurley, CMC, and Elliott, among others, and have just been like, you know what? It's getting harder to pay these receivers now. They're asking for $30 million. You have quarterbacks asking for $50, and it's like, yeah, I can't afford to have a really good running back anymore. Really expensive running back anymore, I should say. Yeah, they aren't better than the Rams. I don't get it. They were. They absolutely were. Um, I'm not against this. I'm not against this. He did try to. Yeah, no, I agree. He does kind of have to save himself a little bit. I think they could too. I like what the Saints are doing. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I've been saying it. The Vikings are the one team that does not get talked about nearly enough. But they need to, yeah, people need to watch out for them for sure. Hey, Monty Brown, appreciate you. Appreciate you donating. Big time Rams fan. I live in St. Louis. I respect the channel and the Rams chat. Should we bring back Odell? If we should, we lock him up for 3 years. If so, should we lock him up for 3 years? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to bring back Odell. I think they're going to. I don't know about the 3-year deal. Again, thank you so much for donating. Really appreciate that. But yeah, I think they'll definitely bring him back, or at least definitely try to, and they should. So Ian Rappaport is reporting that Ramsey had surgery on his shoulder today. He had played all season last year with tears in both shoulders, and he should be ready before the start of this season. So that's good. He's taking care of that. I like that. Guy is a trooper, man. He's playing with 2 tears. Damn. When Raheem Morris and Liam Cohen inevitably get head coaching jobs, who would you want to replace them for 2023 season? Defensive coordinator, I would want to be Aubrey Pleasant, and I think they could get him back if they wanted him to. And on the offensive side, although I'll say this right now, I don't think it'll be Aubrey Pleasant. I think it's going to be Eric Henderson. But anyway, on the offensive side, offensive coordinator, I'd want it to be Thomas Brown. And I think it will be Thomas Brown, so... Really hope the Rams' offensive line plays to max potential. Can't have Stafford getting hurt, although Stafford's just built different. That's true. Minnesota Vikings is the Wile E. Coyote of the NFL. Jake, I want to buy a setup for streaming. I'll hop on with you for sure. Yeah, I mean, get the setup. I mean, my setup's ridiculous, but you don't have to spend as much as I did on my setup. But you can get a good setup. Um, I have I don't know if it's on this one, but in one of my videos in the description, you can see the setup that I have if you are interested in getting the stuff that I have there. Eagles don't have a new logo, just they have a new watermark. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Ricky? Not much. You know, we were just talking a little bit about the MLB All-Star game, the voting, NBA draft, and then some ramp stuff. Pretty much, that's how it's going to work. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. 100%. Just playing not to lose. What do you attribute our lack of success in the running game to? I, for one, think our line is subpar talent-wise in the run game, but I don't have all 22 to confirm. So I actually really do like the offensive line, and I think they're pretty good, again, pretty good as run blockers. I think last year was just tough because there was no consistency. It's like the thing that doesn't get talked about enough is like everyone wanted Darrell Henderson's head, but when the guy was averaging over 5 yards per carry and he'd have games where he had 90 yards, they're taking him out at the end of the game because they're blowing the team out. And so it's one of those things where there was just no consistency. They didn't use him a lot. They had him on a limit, and they had, Sony Michel was learning the offense. He's on a limit. I think a lot of that, became the problem. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's really annoying. Yes, please hit the like button like Nick Scott. It is the thumbs up. Helps me out, helps the channel out, gets people in here. How much of a difference is our special teams going to be with Hecker gone? Do you see teams not being as concerned with trick plays and that putting more pressure on our special teams unit? That's an interesting one. I mean, they didn't really run the trick plays a lot, so I think it got to the point where that like pressure was totally off. But I mean, Riley Dixon has to be good though. They're gonna need him to be good. Johnny Hecker was not the best last year, but he still was pretty good. So we'll see what ends up happening with Riley Dixon. Top 5 NFC teams: Rams, Packers, Bucks. You got the Vikings, and then I would probably say the Niners. Saints are in there, but yeah, I'd say the Niners. Eagles are right there too. The weakness, someone asked me this the other day. I really don't know if I would say the Rams have a weakness. I think it has to be Bruss, just because there's no guarantees with him. I think he's a plug-and-play right guard, but being a rookie, we just haven't seen him play, so that's the only like weak link I would say. But for the most part, I think they look really darn good. They got a lot of depth and a lot of talent. That's awesome. That should be a lot of fun. Should be a good game, too. That's true. That's true. I mean, I hope Hurts figures it out. I just don't know if he's on the same level as where he would need to be the number one guy. I think, excuse me, a big thing that is going to happen is going to be that internal discussion that these organizations have to have when these big time quarterbacks come out. Like you have a Bryce Young, you have the kid from Ohio State whose name always escapes me, and then down the road, you got Arch Manning, you got the kid from Texas. There's going to be really good prospects that make you wonder, like, is this guy worth getting rid of our starter? And some teams are going to say, absolutely. It's going to happen. So, Well, they're just not, but that's not how they run the offense though, Willie. Fullback is pretty much an extinct position. I mean, let's be honest here. Like Juszczyk doesn't really play a traditional fullback because they use him as a pass catcher as well. Like the fullback, I see so many people that want the Rams to go back to using a fullback. Like, I mean, fullback is dead, you know? It's really just dead. So, whether that's sad or not, I mean, that's just the way it is. Oh yeah, he was absolutely dominant. I don't know. Um I mean, I like Jalen Hurts. I'm not as like low on him as some people, but I don't know if he is the QB1 if they want to win a Super Bowl. I can tell you that. Yeah, Gronk is awesome. Shockey was pretty solid. He got a little overrated at times, I thought, but I thought he was pretty solid. Jason Witten. It's weird. Jason Witten is a player that should have been underrated his whole career. But he played for the Dallas Cowboys. So in conclusion, he ended up being overrated. Um, and I mean, the guy still had an incredible career. I mean, talk about a guy that played for 16 years with Dallas, 1 year with the Raiders, 271 games. He had 74 touchdowns, 13,046 yards, 1,228 receptions. Yeah, like he's another guy, and then I'm trying to think who else. What the hell's his name? Like Heath Miller was really good too. Is he an all timer? No, but he was very, very good and doesn't get enough credit either. He only played 10 years. He didn't play 7 more years, and maybe we're talking about Heath Miller in the same light we're talking about Jason Witten right now. I really do think that Rams will have 4 Super Bowl rings, possibly 5 by the time Stafford retires. I wouldn't be shocked. Agree with that. That's true. I heard he's a 98. I don't know. I mean, I don't really understand it. I'm going to look it up now, but I'm almost positive he's a 98. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is a 90. No, Cooper Kupp's a 99. He's only behind Devontae Adams, who's also a 99, which, I mean, he's better. He's the best receiver in the league. Just Adams been doing it longer, so. Yes, yes. I remember getting very annoyed watching him play. I know it's so easy. Like hindsight's 2020, and if you're gonna sit there and say we never should have paid Todd Gurley, I mean, yeah, like it's easy to say that now that you've seen the result, but you have to understand when he was paid, the guy looked like the best. The Rams, I'll go as far as to say this: the Rams had the two most dominant players on both sides of the ball. They had the most dominant player on offense in Tom Brady, in Todd Gurley, and then they had the most dominant player on defense in Aaron Donald. Like Todd Gurley absolutely earned that deal. 100%. Hey Jake, do you think Ndamukong Suh might come back to the Rams? Also, if we don't get him, do you see us make a play for edge like Robert Quinn? I don't even know if they could afford Suh at this point, so I'm gonna probably say no, but it's interesting. Something maybe they can look at down the road. Um, I would say Tyler Higbee is a top 12 tight end is a very fair assessment. He's the guy though, like the day the Rams decide to move on from him, he's going to go somewhere and have 800 yards receiving. He's taking a back seat with the Rams offense. I don't think people realize that. If I could remake any Marvel movie, a Marvel Sony movie, what would I write? Uh, what would I write for the story, and who would I have direct it, and who would I recast if anyone in the movie? I'd probably remake The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I would cast. Well, I would just have John Watts direct it. Just literally give him the thing and just be like, "You do your magic." That's what I would do. Jake, do you think Tom Brady is going to call Gronk back out of retirement? I think so. I think it'll be like mid-season to late season, but I don't think Gronk is retired for good. Appreciate that, Thomas. He should see the field. I don't know how big his role is going to be. But this is Greg Gaines' contract year, so they could be preparing to move on from Greg Gaines and move on to, Bobby Brown. We'll see. We don't know if Arch Manning is going to be that good, but right now he looks like the next biggest thing at quarterback. He looks generational. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. People are into drafting fullbacks, and I just don't see the point. I just think it's a dying position. Oh, God. You want me to crack the... All right, fine. Might as well, right? Like, jeez. We're already running out of them. We got like 2 more. You can focus on my face now, camera. Jesus. Took forever. Yeah, so, this is the strawberry citrus ice. They reached out to potentially do a sponsorship with me, and they did not pull through. Like, I never heard from them again, so I don't know. Thought we were going somewhere. Lucrative 7-figure deal. I'm just kidding. Oh, he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Bobby Brown. Oh, yeah, he just looks absolutely huge. Let's see. Oh, appreciate you donating again, Monty. I just saw that. What do you think about the brutal schedule they carved out for us? They trying to make sure we don't repeat, LOL. Thoughts on playing Vaughn in week 1? So the schedule was determined down to every game except for week 17. Not week 17, but the 17th game that ends up being against the Bills. I don't know how that works. I don't know what went into that. But I think it's some order that they were in, the order the Rams finished in, the Bills. I think that's it, because the Rams were the 4th seed and the Bills, I think, were the 4th seed. Maybe. That doesn't sound right. Let me look. Because, I can just look stuff up, and I'd rather know it than pretend that I know it. Well, I guess by that measure, the Rams would play the Bengals. So, I don't really know. Let's get smart today. Let's look up how... The format for deciding the NFL's 17th game is relatively simple. The NFL matches up divisions from the NFC and AFC and NFC against one another. The opponents are determined based on their finish in last year's standings. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So, the Rams played the Ravens last year because they matched up. So, the Rams last year played the AFC North. The AFC North's team that came in second, like the Rams came in second last year, was the Ravens. So they played the Ravens last year. Now this year, since the Bills won their division, the Rams won their division, and the AFC East was selected to play against the AFC West, the Rams play the Bills. The 49ers will play, Arizona will play New England. The 49ers will play Miami, and Seattle will play the Jets as the extra game. So while the NFC West plays the AFC West this year in its entirety, the 17th game will be those teams. Does that make sense? I hope for most people didn't know that, and I helped educate. Because I did not know that initially. I know a lot about this league, and yet I surprisingly did not know that. Agreed. Yeah, here's some that stand out to me. Right off the rip. You ready for this? Tyquan Smith of the Saints is going to be a surprise cut. I don't think many people are going to see it coming. They're going to be like, oh, Tyquan Smith, second, third round, whatever pick he was. And a guy that they were hoping would be a top flight receiver for them. I think he's going to get cut. I know they added Jarvis Landry. They have Marquez, totally forgot the guy's name. Anyway, they have him. They have Callaway. There we go. Marquez Callaway. That's who I was thinking of. They have Callaway. They have Landry. They added the guy just added out of Ohio State in the draft. I don't know why I'm forgetting names now. It's really annoying. Olave. And I think because of that, they're going to move on from Tyquan Smith. Another guy that could be an interesting cut decision here for the Rams, if we're talking about just a surprise cut, could be David Long. I'm not saying they're going to cut him, but, I mean, he could be an option. And I actually like David Long now, so I don't even know if I would like that, but Bobby Evans shouldn't be a surprise. I could totally see him getting cut. But there are definitely some surprise cuts for the NFL. I'm going to look up the depth chart in a sec. But I think Tyquan Smith is a guy, though, that definitely is somebody that could get cut. I feel pretty good about that. Not that he's going to lose his job. I feel pretty bad about that, but I feel like he could get cut. Another guy that might get cut, I'm not saying he will, but Michael Brockers on the Lions. He's got a hefty contract. I don't know if the Lions are going to want to pay that. So, something to keep in mind, as we get through this. I think there's a chance Slayton on the Giants. This seems crazy, but Deion Jones, the linebacker for the Falcons. I mean, they save $14.7 million if they trade him post June 1st. I could see them trading him. So, actually, if he's cut, they save $18 million. Yeah, I think that's... Well, unfortunately, Chris Carson, I think, is going to get cut. He's got the metal thing in his neck. That's just not good. I don't think he's ever going to play again. Really unfortunate there. I traded him away for a 5th-round pick in my fantasy league. The one that I'm still waiting to pick. The one that Avengers Secret Wars will be out before I make my selection. Yeah, that one. Crazy. Derek Wolfe of the Broncos, I see here PFF has They also have D Ford. I think everyone knows D Ford is going to get cut, though. Like, that's been going on for a while. That the 49ers were going to cut D Ford. So, I don't know. That doesn't seem surprising to me. And Derek Wolfe got cut. I see it right here on the transactions. That's good I looked it up. Derek Wolfe already got cut. So did Jeremy McNichols on Atlanta. The more you know. Is there a UDFA that comes to mind you think has a realistic chance of making the team? I assume on the Rams. Yeah. I think right off the bat, Elijah Garcia. We interviewed him. And I know it's guys that we interviewed, but I think, well, I'll say this. I think Jamal Pettigrew, and I'll also say Jake Hummel, but I think Jake Hummel is a guaranteed lock. If you could bet on it, I would type of guy. Like, almost book it. Like, Jake Hummel will be on the Rams 53-man roster, no doubt. Oh, it has. I mean, I don't really care that much. I'm just tired of seeing it. I used to, like, honestly, the Bills annoyed the hell out of me the year they beat the Rams. Rams came back from 25 down. The referees gave them that 4th down, and that made me so mad. You guys know what I'm talking about. And the Rams went to Buffalo. They played like crap the whole game. They came all the way back at the end. And then on 4th down, Darius Williams, that play still bothers me because they should have won the game. But then the refs threw a flag way after the fact, and they're like, oh, it's pass interference, even though Gabriel Davis is blocking downfield. He's not even attempting to try to make a play on the ball. Since that, though, I've moved on. I respect the Bills. I think they have the best quarterback in the league. I like what they've done. I love Gregory Rousseau. I like Ed Oliver. You know, they got some likable guys on that roster. You know, even Stephon Diggs has been... I think James Cook is going to blow up with them, you know. But... yeah, right? Can't wait for it. I don't know, folks. Since... I mean, I told you guys how I feel. I'm going to be gaming again on this channel, not a ton, but just like when I feel like it, I'll go live on this channel instead of the other one. That way I can focus entirely on this channel. But I don't know if I'll be getting Madden 23. I just don't have the money to just throw down on it. You know, I don't really like the game, and like you just said, you know, it's pretty much a copy and paste. I mean, I pretty much only got it the last few years because of my friend Charles Davis being one of the announcers, but it's just one of the things, like, I don't know, I don't really like the game. It just really annoys me. Like, you get into, like, a franchise, you get into a game, you're having fun, and all of a sudden, pops up in the air, gets tipped up, it's intercepted, or some crazy thing. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of the same animations over and over again. I'm tired of the one animation where you throw it up to an Allen Robinson who makes a catch, and then when he's coming down, he gets hit in the legs, and so for whatever reason, the ball goes flying, and then the guy picks it off. I'm just tired of it. Really, really tired of it. So, I don't know how sports gaming channel this will be. I don't know how much of a gaming channel this will be, but when I game, I'll go live and have fun with it. Facts, they absolutely were. That would be cool. That's gonna be tough, but I would love it. His weaknesses, God, I don't know. I would say Higbee has a balance issue. Not an issue, but he doesn't break as many tackles as like a Kelsey or a Kittle. If we're nitpicking, that's probably what I would say. Two up, two fall. Thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate the donations, guys. It's awesome. I did not. I heard about it though. Mike Silver and I don't see eye to eye. Yeah. He like blocked me years ago because the golf thing. I just felt like he was being super biased because he had the California connection and loved Jared Goff as a person. I just didn't think he covered it well. Um, I just don't think he covered that first that draft well. The number one overall pick. I just don't think he covered Wentz. I don't think he took him seriously as number one overall candidate, and I think he laughed in anyone who wanted Wentz over Goff. He like laughed in their face like it wasn't gonna happen, and I just got a bad vibe. And a lot of my friends got blocked too. I mean, I don't know how different he is now. That was my experience with him. So, it's nothing against him personally. I'm sure he's not a bad guy, but I just felt like there was a better way to handle that as a professional, and that was my take on him. I know there were a lot of reporters that like kind of just laughed at the idea of getting Wentz because he went to North Dakota State, like totally forgetting that, oh yeah, Jeff Fisher literally drafted a quarterback out of the FCS before in Alcorn State, Steve McNair. Like it wasn't out of the ordinary, like it was something that had already happened, and yeah, sue us. We thought history would repeat itself. I don't think it's the craziest thing ever, but it's one thing that is a big turnoff for me when you have guys that are on that platform and are very well in the know, and they got a lot of fans. They have a really big, fan base, and like someone tries to have a discussion and they kind of laugh in your face, like almost like very cynically. I don't know. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Even when I see it when it's not happening to me and I see it to other people, I'm just like, you know what? People are looking at you as an authoritative figure. At least act like it, That's just my thoughts. I don't feel like there's times where he doesn't act like it. So at some point I might watch the interview, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of him. Just being honest. This will somehow get back to him or something, but I don't really care. We're honest on this channel. We're not negative. We're not toxic, but we're honest. We're honest. Higbee just got to stay on the field. He'll jump up those tight end rankings. I mean, not even that, Nolan. I would say Higbee needs to leave the Rams before he's going to jump up those tight end rankings. The biggest issue with Higbee is that this guy's a 1,000-yard receiver if they use him like a 1,000-yard receiver. Thing is, he doesn't have to be used that way. Is Higbee an option over Kupp? No. Is he an option over Allen Robinson? No. Is he an option over Van Jefferson? No. So now he's already the fourth option. Then you have Akers and Henderson, which then you could argue he's the fifth or sixth. And so there you go. He's like the fifth or sixth option on one of the best offenses in the league, which probably puts him around the mark of, I don't know, he might actually have a career low this year in yards. I wouldn't be surprised if his receiving yards don't even hit 400 this year because of how many mouths to feed the Rams will have. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Where's your Rams hat? I've been trying to get it, and they don't have it on the NFL shop. Well, it was on Michael Myers. That's kind of scary. I didn't take the hat off Michael Myers. It was on there, and now it's just gone. Like, I don't know. What? That's weird. All right. Well, we'll move on. Hopefully he doesn't come to life and kill me. He must have gotten pissed off about that. Captain Chaos, appreciate you becoming a silver member. Really appreciate you. The support really helps. As I said, I while I have made it in a sense, I haven't made it in a sense. While I have almost 14,000 subscribers, like I'm still a small YouTuber, still trying to grow. So when I get donations, I mean, just know all that money is going right back into YouTube. I'm just trying to blow this thing up. You know, Sean Cannell of Think Media, I took his course on content creation, and it's actually inspired me to make my own course. And he always said that this idea of had 1,000, sometimes they get 2,000 viewers, sometimes they get 5,000 views, whatever. But I hadn't started live streaming yet, and when I dropped that video, my channel changed overnight. My life changed. Essentially, I went from being a YouTuber in a sense that, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do this on the side. It's an extension to Downtown Rams podcast and everything else I do, to now, this is my life, essentially. This is part of it, and being a YouTuber is something that I'm trying to get to 100,000, you see Jackson Kruger, he breaks down all of the film and all of that. He got to 100,000 views, 100,000 subscribers, so congrats to him. He got the check mark. I want to get that silver play button. Like, that's a goal of mine. I want to get a gold one. I want to get 1 million subscribers. Now, that's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of time and everything, but I've been putting that in, and we're almost at, I won't say almost, but, I'll look on YouTube on my app now. It's the only way I can actually see the number of, posts I've done, but, guys, we started in November of 2020, and we have posted 628 videos since then. So, yeah, it's one of those things, man. Just got to keep at it. Got to keep at it. That's why I can't wait to start coaching people, because there's a lot of people that are trying to start a YouTube channel or are interested in the idea, and it's like, what you first got to ask yourself is who does your YouTube channel, vibe with? Like, what is the purpose of it? If you don't have a purpose for why you're starting a channel, and if you don't have an audience, if you haven't developed a niche and you don't even know what your niche is and you don't research it, then no wonder why you're not getting views. No wonder why you're not getting subscribers. You got to speak to people. So, I'm just trying to get 1% better every day and try to speak to people and, just do what I do. And I think I'm doing a good job of it. And I obviously, I always feel like I can do better. And I got like the best community around, people that literally will stay up to 4 a.m. just like me. Will stay up until 4 a.m. watching me live while I play Resident Evil. I mean, that's how you know you have just a rare community. When you have people that are willing to stay up until 4 a.m. to watch you play video games. It's crazy. When you start as, I'm a football content creator. I started that way in 2016 when I broke onto the scene with Downtown Rams and starting with the Rams Wire and interviewing the likes of George Kittle, Dick Vermeil, Kurt Warner, etc. That's the thing. I broke on to the scene as a sports YouTuber, and now I've kind of like expanded. It's not just the Rams, it's also the Jets in this channel. It's not just sports, it's also the MCU. I've started my own show with that. Gaming, we've done. So it's all really cool, but just something that was out there that you kind of triggered when that happened anyway. Does Gronk's return hurt the Rams? He's not returning. So you're saying if he returned, would it hurt the Rams? I guess. By definition, I don't think it would have been a big issue, but let's see. Whitworth is literally coaching in camp this offseason. I say we offer him a position on the staff. I think he's hanging around for more than one reason. It looks like I might be going to the Bills game, and I'm trying to go to the Kansas City Chiefs game. But we'll see. Yeah, dude, Archman becomes a Ram, and, the live stream for that is just going to be a celebration. Oh, Sparkling Ice is going to send you a sternly worded email, Nolan. Why isn't anyone talking about it being Super Bowl or bust for the Bills? I feel like anything less than a Super Bowl wouldn't be a successful year. They painted that narrative for the Rams last year. Good question. I don't know, but it does make a lot of sense for you to say that. I think actually it's because of Josh Allen. Like, that's what I keep hearing is, like, I want to put the Rams number one, but I can't because, Josh Allen's a younger quarterback and Patrick Mahomes is a younger quarterback. And so it's kind of like, oh, well, those teams are set up for the future. Whereas the Rams, everyone looks at is like, they're not set up. They're set up for the here and now. If Stafford was 25, I mean, I'm sure the narrative would be different. I mean, I don't know. What? Jake, who will have a bigger impact, Bobby Wagner or Allen Robinson? I'm gonna say Allen Robinson, but they're both gonna be huge. They're both gonna be very huge. What's up, Ray? Respective division finish against a division in the other conference that you don't play last season or next season. Correct. Any Super Bowl halftime predictions this year? It seems like the NFL is trying to play up the hosting city's culture. We had J-Lo / Shakira in Miami, Dr. Dre and Co. in LA. What does Arizona got? What does Arizona got? Let's look this up. Best artists from Arizona. Oh, dear God. That's going to give me... that's going to give me actual, like, painters and stuff. Alice Cooper is from Arizona. I mean, Linda Ronstadt is from Arizona. Stevie Nicks. Yeah, Stevie Nicks is iconic. But, I mean, I don't know. Would they really get Stevie Nicks? Like, that's the thing, like... Linda Ronstadt, Stevie Nicks... Oh, Jimmy Eat World. Alice Cooper. Jordan Sparks. It's just not a huge... Most popular music in Arizona. The most popular music in Arizona consists of 21 Pilots, The Weeknd, Drake, Calvin Harris, Panic at the Disco, Kendrick Lamar, Selena Gomez, J. Cole, Travis Scott, and Linkin Park. That makes sense because Chester Bennington, rest in peace, was from Arizona. Arizona has a variety of musical tastes, ranging from alternative rock to hip-hop to pop, but you'll notice there's an absence of heavy metal and country music. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Oh, that's sad. She does. I mean, Stevie Nicks, I could see Stevie Nicks teaming up with somebody, if that makes sense. Like, I could see that. I wouldn't rule that out. But, I don't know. I'm trying to find more current. I guess that was from 2017. That explains why 21 Pilots was there. I'm looking up artists. Yeah. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, I think it's the same thing there. Now, let's look up who is performing the Super Bowl 57 halftime show, because that could give us kind of a, you know. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. I wouldn't hate it. What if it was Taylor Swift and Stevie Nicks? Like, I mean, I think it matches. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do. I have no idea. But it is a good question. That's true. Definitely Jacoby Durant. Interesting. I'm thinking Ramsey 1, Hill 2, and I think Jacoby Durant is going to win the slot job. It depends on what I could afford. I think 7 to 10 million heavy incentive base is something that you'd be looking at. It really does suck, you know. Carson is a crazy talent. I mean, when healthy, he is just unbelievable, and I don't think people get that. Um, but you know, sadly, he has a neck injury that, I mean, he really has to retire. He's not going to get. No doctor's going to clear him. He's got a metal rod in his neck. You have no flexibility on that. It just, there's no way. Yeah, it's bad. He could. I think Cousins could be in for a huge year. I like Cousins. I don't know why so many people hate on him. Jimmy G is probably going to be the Cleveland Browns starter this year. I mean, Deshaun Watson isn't going to play. I don't know if he ever plays. They don't appreciate Baker Mayfield. And as much crap as I've given Baker Mayfield, the way they treated him was really disgusting in my opinion. But yeah, they're not going to they don't appreciate Baker Mayfield. They're probably going to get rid of him. He'll probably go to either Seattle or Carolina. And the Browns will have, yeah, they'll have him, and they'll have whoever their backup is. I already forgot. Who is the Browns' backup? I want to say, it's like weird. I want to say Tyrod Taylor, but no, it's Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett and Josh Dobbs. Okay. Yeah. So I think Baker Mayfield, who's listed as the fourth player on the depth chart, I think they're going to let him go. Either trade him or just cut him outright. And I think worst comes to worst, Brissett is going to start, or they're going to go and get Jimmy G. That he did. Did they cut D Ford? I mean, I can't even tell anymore. No, he's still there. Like, can you just cut him already? Like, the coach came out. The coach came out. Kyle Shanahan came out and said, we don't expect D Ford to be on the 49ers. Why is he on the 49ers still? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you waiting for? Why would you have this guy in the building? Not to mention, they have him taking a physical this week. Like, what? I don't know. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me. You have no interest in keeping him. I don't know. He turned him into a rag doll. Yep, literally a rag doll. Who is Ernest Jones of this draft for you? Guy who you were initially upset that we drafted, but came around to him before the season and balled out. Well, I don't know that yet. Well, actually, I wasn't really upset with any of the draft picks. The most confusing one to me was Russ Yeast. I mean, Jacoby Durant, I guess, I wasn't upset with, but, like, I wasn't as happy as I was, like, after going back and, like, really diving into him. So, I guess Durant, but I didn't mind the pick. Good question, though. Huge game against Buffalo. Yep, the refs blew it. Absolutely. Why do you think the Rams will beat the Bills that they played in the Super Bowl? Everyone seems to think the Bills are the undisputed number one team. I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. Again, I've said that. I can't tell you how many times I've said that already this year. But I can't see a team with Super Bowl experience losing to a team with no Super Bowl experience. I just can't. I can't see the Bills winning that game. Because my biggest thing is that Joe Burrow now has seen live bullets in the Super Bowl. So I imagine that if they do get back to that level, he'll be ready for it. And he'll probably win. But that first time getting to the Super Bowl, I mean, you saw Sean McVay get there in 2018. They were not prepared for that. Like, the offense was awful. Defense looked great. That's interesting. So you mean to tell me the Patriots' defense looked great and the Rams' offense looked great? That's weird. Bill Belichick, how many Super Bowls had he been in by that time? Okay, that makes sense. Wade Phillips? Oh, that's right. He just won a Super Bowl not long ago with the Broncos. His defense is the main reason they won. Because that was a Super Bowl in which, I mean, let's call it like it is. At that point, Peyton was like done. So, that's right. Experience matters. And so I think, as good as the Bills have been, I think that it would take them a Super Bowl loss to really get them on the track. And then I think that they become very, very scary once they have already had that experience. But yeah, I'm trying to go to the Bills game, and then Kansas City's on the road. So I'm trying to go to at least the Bills game. Do you think video games have gone downhill with the lack of exciting games, cheating in multiplayer games, having to spend more money for in-game stuff, and everything going cross-play now? I 100% video games have gone downhill. I 100% believe that since the Fortnite boom. Because once Battle Royales took over, developers who were putting all of this money into games, all of this time into games, I mean, they took 10 years to develop Starfield. I feel like these developers now are like, what are we doing? Why are we doing all of this work? Why are we putting in all this effort, all this money into this game that is not even going to scratch the surface on how much money Fortnite is making? And Fortnite is a free-to-play, pretty much. It really does beg that question. And so I feel like it's been tested. The video game industry has definitely been tested. And I don't feel like they're absolutely winning the test. Now, with the consoles, that's a whole different thing, because if the lack of consoles out there is because of the lack of the chip. The chip is there's a major chip shortage that's all across everything. It's why it's hard to find cars. And by the way, if you didn't know, go on Carvana. Your car's probably worth way more than you even realize. Like, way more. Like, my car that I leased, that I'm buying out on Friday, my car that I leased was going up about $1,000 every month. Because there's such a shortage on the silicon chips, and they go in cars, just like the consoles. Like, that's why people are selling their PS5s for $700 a pop. You can't find one anywhere. You can't go into a store and be like, yeah, I'd want a PS5, please. They laugh at you. So, it's just, it's one of those things, you know? That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of a ticky-tack, picky observation, but it was asked, so I answered it. Yes, don't forget the like button. Really does help me out. If you ever have time, y'all should watch Ryan Moody's content on Madden. People say he's just a Madden hater, but he just comes with straight facts as why Madden is hot garbage water year in and year out. I'll be at Bobby Wagner's revenge game. There you go. One thing I hate about games is that, kind of like Madden, you'll have so much fun, then one stupid thing will happen, then it just ruins the mood for the rest of the time. I agree with that. I've been streaming with you guys. I've been live streaming these games, and something happens, and I'm streaming, so I'm trying to be all happy go lucky or whatever, but I'm furious and I no longer want to play the game, and then people are like, hey, can you play Rams versus Chargers? And I'm like, yeah. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, I don't even want to play this game anymore. It's like, it's gotten to that point. Just waiting for the Rams making a trade or signing OBJ back in the NFL fan base as well. I've gotten into it with Mike Silver a few times. LOL. Yeah. See what I mean? He's gotten into a lot of Rams fans because people ask him to explain, and he gets all pissed off. I don't know. Some of these people don't want to converse. Interesting video concept. What if the Rams did win the Super Bowl against the Patriots? Would we have traded for Matthew Stafford? Would we have ended up with Odell or Vaughn? I don't know. That is a really good question. I could definitely tackle that at some point. Jake, the Bills have the best quarterback, Josh Allen. Rams have the best defense player, Aaron Donald. Defense wins championships. My prediction, Bills versus Rams, 30-17 Rams. I think it'd be closer to that. Closer than that. I mean, if, second-year quarterback Joe Burrow played as well as he did with all of those, getting sacked all the time and everything, I think Josh Allen, who is far along, would do better than him. I like 30-27. Oh, I'm not playing with you. 15K on the way. That's the hope. Hold it in your hand. I don't have it, though. I don't know where it is. It was, I swear to God, it was on my Michael Myers mask. And now I don't know where it is. I didn't take it off. Rams versus Giants at Yankee Stadium. That would be awesome. Oh, how about that? Yeah, I do too. Yeah. I don't know how these hats sell out. There's no chip shortages affecting, baseball hats. There's no reason why we can't make more. Maybe it's the machinery. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on Robert Quinn right now. Maybe at some point. Yeah, he had Ian Rappaport. He had surgery on both his shoulders because they were both torn, and he played with it the whole year because he's a boss. Hey, don't be hating on my guy Carbs. Coach Carbs is killing it. Same. Facts. Yes. Yes. Fleetwood Mac and Taylor Swift would be interesting. I think that would work. Always. Dirtiest player in the NFL? I mean, by default, I'd say Dre Greenlaw. I'm not going to lie. Dre Greenlaw. I see what you did there. People selling mirrors? Oh, God. I think so. I think he's a modern day Belichick. Like if Belichick, I think he's ahead of Belichick where he was at that age. I mean, he is. It's not even that I think it. He is. I hope not. God, Imagine Dragons. Bleh. I once saw Imagine Dragons video. I'm sorry for all of you Imagine Dragons fans here. Just bear with me for a sec. I won't be clowning your band that long. But I saw a video where they did Smells Like Teen Spirit, like a cover of it. It was bad. It was really bad, man. The vocalist was like, and I appreciate like covers, like it's cool to pay homage to a band like Nirvana, but like, oh my lord. It was like really I would imitate it, but it's 11 p.m. and I don't want to destroy my voice. Never mind Jake Paul. Oh dear lord. I'd watch Jake Paul versus Ultraman Super Bowl halftime show. How about that? How about that? Who would be against that? How about instead of musical performances, we have musical performances for the Super Bowl halftime show, but we also during the Super Bowl halftime show and the performance, we have a fight. How about that? You take the two best boxers in the world and you put them on a stage together. And they beat the crap at each other, ringing everything, 30 minutes. Bell sounds after 30 minutes. Hey, who would be against that? Come on. You get a Super Bowl. You get to fight at the Super Bowl. I'd be for it. I think you could do it. Then at the end of 30 minutes, they rush you off the ring. You got the music in the back. I don't see how that's bad. Well, then it would actually be good for the first time in years. Like, really good. That'd be hilarious. Johnny Depp at the end. Something like F you, Amber, or something. I think so. Jake Paul and KSI, dear God. Ultraman too busy fighting alien monsters. I don't know much about Shaden Sharp, but I heard Shaden Sharp's a top 10 pick. Ultraman is on a hunt for Ezra Miller. If Deshaun Watson doesn't play, do the Browns have to eat his contract or can they get out of it? Well, it's like the same as retiring. Like if Deshaun Watson never plays to his contract, they just lose the picks. Those picks are brutal. That is absolutely awful. That's one of the worst. That would be the worst trade in the history of sports, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean they would just lose the picks because Deshaun Watson wouldn't get game checks for not playing in games, so they would get out of that. That would be something. But Miami, they already have a quarterback. They got Teddy Bridgewater. I think Bridgewater's better than Jimmy G. I think 7 mil a year sounds like a lot for OBJ, but I think the cap is going to significantly increase next. Plus, now we got Walmart money in the NFL. That means more deals for NFL equal more money / cap. Wait, Walmart? NFL and Walmart? What? Oh, that's right. Yes. Rob Walton. I don't know if that's I don't know what that'll lead to, but that's right. I do remember that. Pretty much. An Ultraman reboot series, but all the monsters are terrible casting choices DC has made. Then they probably wouldn't even be able to film the movie. That's fair. I don't think Matthew Stafford's the best quarterback in the league, but I definitely think he's in the running. Well, I get what you're saying. I think the thing that bothers me is they did make that comeback, and then at the end that wasn't a pass interference call. I just felt like it was, again, if it didn't come down like that game was decided because of the officiating. Like we can say they came back, they had to come back from all those points, and they should have been down all that, but like that decision to throw the flag on that play on 4th down gave the Bills another fresh set of downs, and the game was over. Like the game was over if there's no flag thrown. The Rams win. That's why people say that, and I get that. I think in a case like you're absolutely right. There are times when fans like absolutely they'll blame the refs over everything. I just feel like to me that was absolutely one of the worst calls I've seen. You had a rookie that didn't understand how the NFL worked in Gabriel Davis at the time. He's blocking way upfield. So if anything, it's offensive pass interference, not defensive. You had Darius Williams trying to make a play on the ball, which Gabriel Davis isn't even looking at. So they called it pass interference because the person that interfered with the pass was Darius Williams, who was trying to make a play on the ball, and the guy who was trying to catch it was Gabriel Davis, but Davis was blocking. So he runs upfield and blocks way past the 5-yard mark. To me, that was OPI by definition, and the flag shouldn't have been thrown, period. But if it was, it should have been thrown on the Bills, and the Rams would have declined it, and the game would have been over because it was 4th down. To throw that on 4th down and to have that happen, that left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths, and I just think it was an awful call. The Toyota Camry. No, I'm sticking with the Corolla. I'm sticking with the Corolla. Thanks, Michael. No, I'm not. And some of these big developers producing half-ass games like 2K, granted, dropping early isn't making things better. No, I know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, honestly, I was saying it the other day on Twitter, and I think a lot of people, it kind of opened up the eyes of a lot of people, and they agreed. Gaming right now sucks. Like, we have next gen, and the graphics are great, but, like, I mean, where are your games? Like, where are the games? We had Elden Ring. If Elden Ring didn't come out, and Forbidden West didn't come out, I don't know what the hell would have been the marquee release for PlayStation. Insomniac is making a banger. Spider-Man 2 is going to be awesome. It's him, and it's going to be with Miles Morales. So you're going to be able to play as both characters. It's going to be probably. I'm expecting it to end up being one of my favorite games all time. But you have, Naughty Dog over here who's like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna make, was it Last of Us Part 1? We're gonna remake for the third time. Granted, it looks really good, but like, I'm over here like, when are we gonna get Infamous 3 or 4 or whatever the hell you want to call it? When are we gonna get Sly Cooper? Better yet, when are we gonna get Uncharted 5 or a spin-off of that? I don't know. It's kind of the same thing. It's become the same thing, and I'm just tired of it. She wasn't here, but that would have been a plausible thing if it was more during the draft. Yeah, I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Was it, if it was there at the beginning, then I have no answer. NBA is crazy right now. Um, that'd be interesting. Are you saying if Goff was cheap enough, would he be worth a understudy under Stafford? Or if would he be like a top quarterback if he was under Stafford? I mean, I don't know. I think with Goff, I just don't think he has the star ability. But I don't know. I think he's good when, everything's going well, but he's not a quarterback that can help you when things go wrong. Yep, he has. Hollywood Brown is one of the worst trades I've seen in a while. I don't really know what the Cardinals are doing. I'm glad Cardinals fans are talking themselves into the trade. Well, he's got great chemistry because he played with Kyler Murray. That's great. He played with him for 1 year. Now we're all right. Well, we'll see. Um, well, because Kyler Murray is explosive, and at the beginning of every season, which people tend to pay pay more attention to the beginning of the season than the end of the season, and um, Kyler Murray has great beginnings this season. He looks like the MVP at the start of every season, but then he tails off. So, who are your top 10 horror movie icons? All right, let's go. 1, Michael Myers. Duh. 2, I'm probably not going to put these in order except for Michael Myers is number 1. 1, Michael Myers. 2, Freddy Krueger. 3, uh, Pinhead from Hellraiser. Let's see. 4, Leslie Vernon from the Rise of Leslie Vernon. Very, very. It's got a cult following. Very low key movie on Netflix. Or I don't even know if it's still on Netflix, but I watched it years ago. I don't know. I liked it. 5, Bagul from Sinister. Love Bagul. It's great. Um, let's see here. 6. I'm going to say Norman Bates from Psycho. 7, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw. Let's see what else. I mean, I'm gonna say Ghostface, but there's multiple Ghostface. So Ghostface from Scream, just in general. Um, got 2 more. I'm not the biggest Jason Voorhees fan, but I'm gonna include Jason Voorhees here at 9, and then 10. Huh. Horror movie icons. 10, 10, 10. I don't know. I think 10 will just go with Jigsaw. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go Jigsaw at 10. So those are my top 10. I don't love Jason Voorhees as much as the next, but Jason Voorhees is more, or not Jason Voorhees. Ghostface is just it's like the iconic look of Ghostface, you know? No! Curse you. Not the Leprechaun. Anybody that knows me knows I hate the Leprechaun, so that's the whole joke there. No, he does not. To be fair, he's only been in the league since 2019. Oh, you got to send me a video reaction to that, Nolan, when you watch it. You should just make a YouTube channel and just react to that. Just make a video and react to it. You can start your reaction video channel. Those are killing it. I don't know why, but reaction videos are absolutely blowing up. My favorite is when the reaction is so pointless and it gets like 5 million views on TikTok and you're like, they just reposted the same video but put their face going like this the whole time. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Crazy. Yeah, they could go wrestling. Let's make it happen. Dana White. Cronky's wife is a Walton. A lot of people don't know that. LOL. Huh. Brock Lesnar versus Jackson Mahomes. Brock Lesnar's garbage. Walmart money been in the NFL. Glock 9 as a top 5 IMO. I agree. I think he is. How is Chase Claypool going to say he's a top 3 receiver when he's possibly the second or third best option on his team? Thinking this year is make or break it for him on the Steelers. I agree. I mean, I tweeted it out. I said I don't even know if he's top 3. I'm not saying he isn't top 3 on his team. I'm saying there's a chance he's not top 3 on his team. You look at it and you're like, all right, well, George Pickens. I think George Pickens, if he ends up being as good as I think he'll be, I think he's going to end up being better than Claypool. I think Calvin Anderson, that's a different player. We interviewed him. We were supposed to interview Calvin Austin. That didn't end up happening. But Calvin Austin, I think, is a top 3 player. And I think Deontay Johnson, who we did interview a few years back, is 100% better than Chase Claypool. So it's not as simple as to say, I'm top 3 in the league when Chase, I mean, I like the confidence and I'm not going to hate on you for it. But when I see, people asking that question, I don't even know if he's top 3 on the Steelers. I still really never was able to get into that, but I heard it's really good. But gaming does suck now. LOL, all microtransactions. Yeah, I mean, it's now Godzilla and King Kong in Call of Duty. Whatever makes money, right? Why do you think Hollywood Brown is a bad trade? Because they gave up the same amount that the Eagles did to get an astronomically better player, well-rounded player, in AJ Brown. So I just Hollywood Brown should never net you a first-round pick. He's not that good. He has serious drop issues. He dropped like 6 touchdowns last year. I mean, they lost games because of it. I don't get it. Not to mention, he was also complaining about his lack of targets. Like, he was starting issues with Lamar and all of them. Like, all right, guy. That's true. That's interesting. Maybe. Red Dead 2 was amazing. When number 1 came out, I could relate all too much. I beat it 3 separate times and cried towards the end every time. Best game of all time, 1 and 2, both great stories. Yeah, I just never really played them. Maybe I'd try doing a playthrough on here. I wouldn't do a playthrough. Let me make that very clear. When I go live playing games, I'm just going to go live playing a game that day. I'm not going to commit to doing a large playthrough because I just don't feel like the watchability is really there because I'm not a gaming channel. So it might kind of annoy people. He made it, barely. Let's see. Sidney Prescott, yeah. Horror icon, absolutely. I did not say Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. That is to me a psychological thriller, but if I was going to say horror icon, then yes, I guess I would include him. So I guess I'll take off Jigsaw and put him, or I'll take off Jason Voorhees and put him. I feel like Jason Voorhees, the most recent Friday the 13th, I thought was great. I'm curious, LeBron James is trying to make a new one. Like, when are we... Are we getting it in 2023? No! Wait, no, never mind. That's something else. Blumhouse's Megan, a new horror story from Malignant writer James Wan, is coming in 2023, January, starring Allison Williams. That's not Friday the 13th. I don't know why Google's like, yeah, actually Friday the 13th is coming out in 2023. Megan. I'm looking it up right now, guys, because I'm very curious. Jason Blum is confident he can get Robert Englund to star in a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Yeah, people hate the 2009 Friday the 13th. I think it's the best one. I just do, but... Looks like a fan film is expected October 1st, 2022. Bloodlines, but I'm not really into fan films. I appreciate them. It's cool that people are that into it, but no. Jake Evans, the Leprechaun. Yeah, screw that. Oh my god. They literally took Jennifer Aniston and just had her scream the whole time, and they paid her that money to be in that. I'm convinced the Browns decision makers are the same people from Warner Brothers. Oh god. Yeah, I knew you were going to get a kick out of that. Alright, here's why I hate the Leprechaun. Ready for this? He's terrible. He sucks. He's not funny. He sucks. He's terrible. He's not funny. Like, I literally hate the Leprechaun. I love horror movies. I even love horror comedy movies. Horror comedy works. Okay? Despite what people tell you, oh, horror comedy, it can be too campy. No, horror comedy works when it's done well. But Leprechaun just sucks. He sucks so bad you can go on Dead Meat, which is the best horror YouTube channel ever. Go on Dead Meat, look at the kill count of a Leprechaun, and you literally have James A. Janisse like, oh, Leprechaun sucks. Like, he can't even, like, hold it back. He's like, oh, God, his one-liners are so bad. Like, that's how I feel. His one-liners aren't funny. They're like the end of Nightmare on Elm Street with freaking Freddy Krueger. At the end of that, when he's like, oh, it's time for your big break. And then he, like, takes the TV and smacks the girl's head into it. Or, the Power Glove. Oh, God, I know Nolan remembers when it's time to put on the Power Glove. Like, it's just bad. Like, The last the last Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Oh my God, Chucky, that's right. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Chucky is probably better. I like Chucky more than Jason, to be honest with you. So he would be in there too. Yep, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. The reaction channel thumbnails are ridiculous. It's always like, or my favorite is like, it's like who on planet Earth is going to look like that? Like, what video are you like, like, I mean, come on. Some of these are like what are you scared of? You're looking at a freaking video. Why does it look like Michael Myers behind me is jumping and he's trying to stab you? I saw one where the guy's just like, and I'm like, you'll never guess what happens. I mean, did you just watch Mike Zero? Like, did you just discover Mike Zero? I mean, like, why are you doing that? I don't know. Bo Burnham's reaction videos to his reaction video to his reaction video was absolutely gold. Leprechaun movies are dumpster juice with ice. Not my ice. React to my own reaction video is something I would do. It is. It concerns me that the experts are crowning the Rams NFC champs, and we're not even at preseason yet. Your thoughts, Jake? I would just ask you, who's crowning the Rams as champs? Everything I see is Tom Brady, and Brady's going to win his 8th ring, or, you know, it's Brady versus Mahomes part 3, like we all should want to see. I don't know. That's all I've seen. And it's actually part 2, not part 3, but you get my point. At outside linebacker, well, I think it'll be Flo, and I think we could start to see more Chris Garrett, but I think Justin Hollins is definitely going to step up. Oblivion was great. I loved it. Stop! You have violated the law. And just be like, pay the fine or go whatever they would say. And then I would always resist arrest, of course, and they'd be like, then pay with your blood. Like I remember that like it was yesterday. The Leprechaun movies are literally terrible. Like I don't actually think the guy that was making them thought they were good. Dude, Jason X has one of the craziest death scenes you will ever see. Like the one where he chops off that woman's like arm or whatever. Like, brutal. Do you think the Rams versus Bills will be the next Rams versus Chiefs game? Could be. That'd be something. I'd watch Red Dead. I love the game. I prefer playing online, though. Jason X was top tier cringe. It really was. Very, very odd storyline. We need another Ari Aster horror movie. Any word on his next movie? Well, I will say this about Ari Aster. He makes some out there movies. Disappointment Boulevard, which is coming out this year, has Amy Ryan, Joaquin Phoenix, and Michael Gandolfini, who is a 23-year-old actor who made his film debut from Ocean's 8 and was also in Sopranos in The Many Saints of Newark. So that is something. Disappointment Boulevard. Oh, God, it looks... I think Ari Aster is making another creepy horror film. Oh, my God. What? Disappointment Boulevard reportedly clocks in at 3.5 hours long. It's a drama horror. That's good. However you forgot about that being a thing, I love Paul Rudd to death, but however you forgot about that, that's a good thing. Because that movie is terrible. I hate that movie. They need to get rid of that movie from like everything. I don't want it to be part of the secondary or even the third canon. I don't want it to be part of any canon. Well, I hate like one of the, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Friday the 13th movies literally has a different guy as Jason. A new blood or whatever. It's like so stupid. Oh god. Did I like Willow? What was Willow? I don't think I ever saw Willow. What is Willow? So random. What possessed you to bring up a fantasy adventure? What? We're talking about horror, and this person, Bowserzilla, is like, "Did you like Willow?" I like Chucky. Leprechaun in space. How about Leprechaun nowhere? No, no more Leprechaun. Nolan's like, "No, I'm putting an end to that right now." Ultraman Nate in the house. What's up, Nate? I love that. Nate calls himself Ultraman Nate every time. Van Helsing, Blade 1 and 2, Underworld are my favorite action horror movies. Those are cool. Those are cool. Give me Chucky versus Leprechaun Super Bowl halftime show. Jake, have you ever seen Dead Alive? Dead Alive. When did I... What was that? I feel like I did, but it was years ago. Oh, yeah, that was... Yeah, I did. I saw that. Oh, man. The practical effects are amazing. It's honestly... It was named the most disgusting horror film ever made. How about that? That's so funny. Yeah, I saw that years ago. Enough of this Ultraman talk. Upgrade. What do you think Akers can do this year fully healthy? I think he's going to have close to 1,000 total yards. He'll probably have single-digit touchdowns, but I think he's going to have a solid season. I just don't think they're going to run the ball a ton, you know what I mean? It sure seems that way. He's 0-3 against the Rams since he's been on the Bucs. It's pretty much the way everybody acts. Yeah, Nope is something else. What has Jordan Peele got up his sleeve this time? I'd be for that. I'd like an origin story on all the 13 ghosts. That was a fun movie. Apparently it's got this cult following, but like people hate on it all the time and critics said it was terrible. But my thing that I find funny is when people like they justify why they don't like a horror film because of critics. Like, bro, critics don't like any horror films. When do critics actually like horror films? Like who? I never see it. I see them always give horror films crap. Oh, that's brutal. Yes, and it's like shouldn't have come where? Like I'm just like just doing my own thing, minding my own business. My favorite is they do that when you have the Daedric armor. So it's like, bro, like I literally have the best armor in the game. And they're like, you shouldn't have come here. And they're wearing like fur armor. Like, bro, your armor's made out of fur. And you're telling me I should have come here? Like, bruh, you should be hiding from me. You should be lucky that I don't even see you. That always cracked me up. We let him have his time since he's gone to Tampa. We've been his kryptonite. That's true. No, and I don't know if I ever will. I saw 4 episodes, and I just do not like Stranger Things. It's not my thing. I don't know. I'll probably watch a kill count on it because it's on Dead Meat, but it's just not my thing. I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd went to KU. Paul Rudd is very much goated in my eyes. And I cannot wait to see him in his third Ant-Man movie. I think he's going to be fantastic. He has one of the best lines in TV history. You guys know what I'm talking about with the Starbucks thing, because he's thinking what we're all thinking, you know? It's like, congrats, you're stupid in 3 languages. Oh, man. It's like I'd like a large. Venti is large. No, Venti is 20. Like, large is large. Like, oh, man. It's so stupid. It's so funny. It's like the greatest. Which Michael Myers mask is the best and which one is the worst? I gotta look this up because I always forget the numbers like in my head. Because I ranked them actually on that podcast that we did. But the one that looks like a freaking alien, I think 5 is the worst one. It's definitely 5. Like, it's just... Halloween 5 has the worst mask. I like Halloween 2. It's pretty much the same mask, but it's like yellowed because of the fact that Rob Zombie's wife, it was in his house or whatever, and Rob Zombie's wife was like, or not Rob Zombie, John Carpenter. His wife was, let's see. His wife was like a heavy smoker, I believe. I think that was the story I was told. And so when Halloween 2, like the Halloween 2 Michael Myers mask, it's actually more yellowed, even though it's literally the same day as Halloween 1, the original one, because it's just the hospital, right? They're just going to the hospital. It literally takes place after Halloween 1. The mask is different because it was in the house, and over time, it like yellowed because of the smoke. Crazy. The more you know. I don't know. The original Halloween mask is the best one. The one I have right there is Halloween 2018, which I feel like is the second best one. I wanted that because the Halloween 1978, which those of you might not know it, but they started reproducing them. And the Halloween 1978 original mask that, you know, had everyone calling him the Shape, it was basically made after William Shatner. It's the William Shatner mask just with white paint. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, it's so big. But the Halloween 1978 mask, it's on, or, like, when I went to go and purchase the mask, it was on back order, like, for a long time. And then at one point, it was on pre-order. So I was like, I'm not pre-ordering something that came out in 1978. So I ended up getting the 2018 one, which I like. And I like it because it's got kind of that dust, that dirt or whatever. And I feel like it looks better with the bokeh, which is the blurred background. That's what they call my setup, the blurred background. Fun fact, the Spider-Man mask you can't even get anymore. The one that I got anyway. I got it for $15 on Amazon. Look how good that looks. It's not perfect. Like, the eye cups are a little bit further away, but, like, dude, I literally just got 2 mannequins for like $10. I put them on, like, dude, this is not like the greatest setup ever, but I just put, like, right there, I have coasters, and they're just on top of coasters. So I have 2, and it shows you, like, how do-it-yourself DIY is so awesome, because you can literally create something like this with not a lot of money. 2 coasters to raise them up enough, and then I have a Spider-Man mask that was $15 that I just put on, you know, a regular $10, or no, I got 2 of them for $10, so I got 2 mannequin heads for $10. Just put one on the mannequin head, and then I put the other mask on the mannequin head. There you go. I spent a total, for this setup here, because the Michael Myers mask was like $60, I think. So, I mean, you think about it, it's like $75. $85. The coasters, I don't know because I've had them for years. So I spent like $85 on that setup over there. The helmet right there is like 100 something. And then I got that Super Bowl. You see that little thing right there, Super Bowl LVI, because I love it. It's the best logo ever. It's even better now that the Rams won the Super Bowl. I keep it there because I literally took it off the cake. My dad got a cake from Price Chopper when they were in the Super Bowl and they had that logo. And I mean, it's just like a plastic thing, but it looks awesome in the background and you know what it is. So that's my setup. But yeah, to answer your question the long way, the best is the original and the worst is Halloween 5, without a doubt. Pretty terrible. Halloween 5 was alien. Like, it's like when people go to buy Michael Myers masks, no one is buying Halloween 5. That is almost always on any site going to be on sale because no one buys it. Top 5 comedy actors are real quick because if I think about this too much, I'm going to take forever to answer this question. So real quick, I'm going to say number 1 is Adam Sandler. And this is, obviously not ranking them in order. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Chris Rock. This is tough. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Chris Rock. I'm going to say Aubrey Plaza. And Amy Poehler. I just realized I had them backwards. Top 5 comedy movies? I have no idea. I don't have any that really come to mind. I would just say Elf is the greatest comedy movie of all time. I love Elf. It's like my favorite. I'd say Step Brothers. I'd say Talladega Nights. Those would be up there. I couldn't name 5 though. I don't watch comedy as like my main genre, so it's hard for me to say. Football. I don't really like sports movies. That's why, like, when I said I liked Hustle, I was surprised. Hustle ended up being such a great movie, and I do not really like sports movies. I think they're incredibly corny. Top 5 football movies. There's no way I've even seen 5 football movies, but I'd say Invincible, the one that is about, I believe it's about Dick Vermeil, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't want to be mistaken, so. Yeah. Dick Vermeil as the coach. Vince Papale was played by Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, I've seen Invincible, The Blind Side. That might be it. I've not seen, let's see, football movies. Well, actually, American Underdog, I would say, probably is number 1 for me. I mean, I've seen the Blue Mountain State movie. There's not a ton of football in that. I would say American Underdog, the Blue Mountain State movie, Invincible, The Blind Side, The Game Plan with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I know I saw that. And We Are Marshall. Oh, I've seen Rudy too. So, okay, I've seen more. And The Longest Yard. I mean, they're not like football movies, but Rudy, yeah, is also there, Invincible. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Oh, I got you. Yes, that is. It's pretty ridiculous. As a kid, I watched Vampire in Brooklyn, and it scared me. Haha, now watching it, I feel ashamed that I was scared of it. We all have those, though. Like, I used to get totally scared about, like, I could watch everything, but, like, for whatever reason, back in the day when I was younger, Chucky always, like, freaked me out. We don't talk about the second one, Nolan, as Dead Meat did his review. Jordan Peele is working on a football horror movie called GOAT. Oh my god, he is. I heard about that. I heard about that. Horror film about pro football quarterbacks. Yes. Oh my god. Yes, I heard about that. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those things that got super, super hyped up. I saw the first 4 episodes. I didn't get it. And then all of a sudden I had all these people like, how do you not like Stranger Things? And I just kind of like, I was like, all right, whatever. You know? I mean, come on. Like, my all-time favorite my all-time favorite show is Game of Thrones. So it's not like I'm against, things that are popular. I mean, MCU is one of my favorite things, period. So I'm not that guy, but Stranger Things just kind of got a little too much for me. I just also wasn't that into it. Yes, Paul Rudd is just awesome. Hot Basura with Crystal Pepsi on top. Oh Lord. Halloween 4 mask. Is it? There's no way it's bad. Is as bad as the Halloween 5 mask though. I mean, you have to keep that like Halloween 5. I can bring up the mask. Halloween 5 mask is just like, dude, like it like actually bothers me. Like, it's just not. I don't know. You know me. I love my masks. I obviously have one back there. Um, it's just frustrating because it's not even like it doesn't embody Michael Myers like at all. Like it's just not a good. If it would actually upload. Like I said, these are almost always on sale. So if you want to get a cheap Michael Myers mask, you want to get the worst one, by all means, you can get the worst one. I'm not going to hate on you for it. I'm just telling you right now, it is the worst one. Let's bring it out. Ready for it? There we go. All right. Like, what the hell? Does that, like, what the hell? Why does the neck do that? Why does he look like an alien? Like, why? I don't understand. And then the Halloween 4 mask, which you do not like. The Halloween 4 mask is pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not even going to lie, it's pretty bad. This is the Halloween 4 mask. But it's still better than that alien mask. Nick Cage. I mean, this is the best one. Let's see. Where is it? It's called the 1978 mask. So if you ever are looking it up, that's going to be your best bet to actually find the thing. But this is essentially it right here. I love being able to just show these on screen. It used to lag when I used Streamlabs, but now it doesn't because I don't use Streamlabs anymore. But one sec. These are the devil's eyes. Yeah. See, like, that's freaky as hell. That is the best mask. And if you don't know the origin behind it, William Shatner had a mask of Captain Kirk. And I'm not even kidding you, dude. They took the William Shatner mask and just painted it white. I mean, I think the William Shatner mask looks kind of freaky as it is. But this is way better. Like, painting it white was the smart approach. Like, look at this thing. See? That's the origin. For those of you who don't know. A lot of people know that. I'm not telling people things that they don't know, probably. I mean, I think most people know that it's the William Shatner mask, which is painted white, but dude, they made one slight adjustment, and it made all the difference. Like, it's horrifying. And it works especially because, well, you think about it, and it's like, you got the black trench, the trench outfit, whatever you want to call it, and the jumpsuit, and then you have this thing. And it's like crazy. So yeah, the more you know. All right, let's move on here. Paul Rudd and I love you, man. I love him, man. Paul Rudd's awesome. I don't think Paul Rudd was bad. I just think the movie had no direction, and the fact that Tommy Doyle was that important to the story was just stupid. Yeah, I'm already getting a little annoyed by it. Like, I don't know why we have to do that, but I can see why people would be upset. Like, because I know there's people that are like, oh, you can't be upset. Like, it's their movie. They can do what they want. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Hollywood normally does. They do what they want. They send their messages. And for people that don't like their political ideology or whatever, they stuff it down your throat, whether it's on the right side of the spectrum or the left. I mean, that's just the way it is. When you're somebody in the middle, you can definitely see that. So, yeah, I get it. It's kind of annoying. I just think that's all it's really doing. But whatever. People are going to do it, and it's been happening for years, and there's not really anything we can do about it. I'm still going to see it regardless. I know there's some people that will boycott it for that reason. To more power to them, I guess. The mask in the new movies is awesome. It might very well be the best mask. I love this one. The new one is like the burnt one, but dude, it's got like blood crusted into it. It's honestly pretty darn good. Like it wasn't one that I wanted to showcase in the back. Like, I feel like this is the best one right here for me. Just like that Spider-Man mask. Like, I could have gone with like a Venom look, like the symbiote Spider-Man one or something like that. I chose that one. I think the eye cups are like cool, and I could upgrade at some point. I could go with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man one, but that's what I chose to do. So Adrienne Barbeau, I don't know if she was with him at that point, but John Carpenter's wife at whatever point was the one like heavy smoking, and that's why the mask turned yellow. Oh God, yeah, that was that was hard to watch, but yes, you are right. That was kind of a knock on Ant-Man. Halloween Resurrection mask looks like an angry Mexican lady. Really? That's not what I saw. Uh, but that's something. If Roseanne Barr was on Baywatch as one of the LA lifeguards, that would be a horror TV series. Jeez. Robin Williams for sure. Seth Rogen, Chris Farley. Yeah, Robin Williams would be in there. Keanu Reeves, The Replacements. Airbud 2. Nacho Libre. Jack Black. Oh, I watched The Longest Yard. Friday Night Lights. Come on, Jake. Denzel Washington movie. Football movie. Ain't No Mountain High. Any Given Sunday with Jamie Foxx. To be fair, I did just see Denzel Washington absolutely destroy it in his role in The Book of Eli. I loved that. He and Mila Kunis had great on-screen chemistry. And furthermore, Gary Oldman played just the most hated... he was so good. I could not stand him. That's how you know they did a good job. Maybe. Yeah, I had the Kurt Warner movie in there. I really liked it. There were people that said it was very hallmarky, very, whatever they want to call it. I thought it was really good. Mariah Carey looks like Michael Myers. What? Oh my God. Rudy and Remember the Titans are #1 football movies of all time, hands down, but we've named some other great ones. Vampire in Brooklyn. Low Key. Gridiron Gang. I saw a Weird Al music video that was Jurassic Park themed as a little kid and had nightmares. Oh my God. Jake, you and I have gone through so much of that stuff. Like, guys, I want to get this thing going because I really want to see what people think. But really got to ask you. You guys remember Adult Swim? Do you remember those bumps? They were like those really small, like just very, very quick, right? But they were like really creepy, like ads for Adult Swim. Like, do you guys remember that? Because some of the scariest stuff as a kid, like, was the Adult Swim bumps, man. Like, they were nuts. Like, Jake and I had like an hour-long conversation about this one day. It was just crazy. Like, man, there was one where there was like a clown face. There's one where like kids that would stay up and watch behind their parents' back. Like the guy, there'd be like a phone call, like this one ad for Adult Swim where there was a phone call, and like there's this demon. It was like, go to bed. Like it was like really messed up stuff, like just like horrifying to like little kids. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about or remember, but I know Jake does because he's in here. But dude, they were like horrifying, man. They were so scary. I might do a reaction video on them at some point. Like, oh my God. So creepy. Like, creepiest Adult Swim bumps. Like, dude, Too Many Cooks. I mean, can we just talk about that? I love Too Many Cooks. I've watched it probably over 1,000 times. I think it's one of the greatest things ever created because it's so utterly creepy and insane, but it's so catchy and it's hilarious. But like, think about that. One day, and Too Many Cooks is long, man. It's like 10 minutes long. One day, someone was just like playing, they're on Adult Swim. They're getting ready to watch Futurama or whatever. And all of a sudden, Too Many Cooks comes on. And it looks all happy-go-lucky. It's kind of making fun of Full House. And it just continues to get just very slowly, very creepy. Like, really messed up. Like, blood and gore and everything. And the thing is an absolute, like, it's just legendary. Like, Too Many Cooks is legendary. But, oh my God, dude. Too Many Cooks. I'll never forget. I saw it the first day it came out. And it just dropped. Like, it just, like, you're watching your show, and then it just came on. And you're like, what is this? I thought for a second that I had switched the channel by accident to whatever channel had Full House on it. And I thought I was watching Full House. And I was like, wait a minute, this isn't Full House. And I was like, this isn't Full House at all. And then it started getting like really demonic and creepy. And I'm like, and then this one dude that was like murdering all these people on it. Like, I was like, what? Not to mention, dude, never. I'm gonna scare the crap out of you guys. You ready for this? This was the scariest one. It's called Facelift, Adult Swim bump. Oh my god, dude. I don't even want to put it on there, but I'm going to. Jake knows where I'm going with this. It's creepy. It's absolutely horrifying, and I don't care. It's my channel. I'm gonna do it. So this is called Facelift, and if you've never seen Adult Swim bumps, bro, that thing creeped me out to the core as a kid. It is literally the creepiest Adult Swim bump of all time. The whole thing starts out really slow, and it's like, I think it's like a white screen, and it's like where you see that facelift dude thing right there, like it's all black. You just see like a shadow, and all of a sudden they pop it out and they're like, ta-da! And it's like so messed up, man. Like, that thing is freaky. That was the worst sight at 2 a.m. No, for real. It was so messed up, man. It's so messed up. I freaking love Too Many Cooks. Yeah, like anybody who like, I don't know, who uses the internet probably loves Too Many Cooks. Probably seen it many times. But my god, like it's nuts. Like the stuff that was on Adult Swim was just absolutely insane. The X-Files theme song. Yeah, dude, like I don't know, there was this Adult Swim bump where these like witches were like abusing babies, man. Like it was like they've really towed the line. They actually got a lot of flack for that. Oh, dude, I feel like we always got woken up by that. I feel like anyone that has ever used TV while they were sleeping has gotten woken up by that stupid thing where like, these ballads from like the 70s, the Ultimate Love Song Collection advertisement. It's so true. Robot Chicken woke me up. Oh my god, yeah, there's so many of those. That one dude trying to sell that knockoff jewelry for like 100 times markup value. Oh man, it's so messed up. It's so funny though. Like, bro, there were like these messed up ones. Like there was this one. I mean, the one dude, the robot chicken scientist, was kind of messed up. I would always wake up to that dude and be like, all right, what am I watching? This is another one where, I mean, I don't know. It launched one day, and it's like, what am I looking at? It's like messed up. Was that? Wait, hold on. What was this? Was this Adult Swim? Because that's horrifying. I feel like that I've heard of that. That's kind of creepy though. The Ultimate Love Song Collection. Dear God. No, Toonami was the robot. Toonami was the robot. The scientist was Robot Chicken. Oh, I would wake up to George Lopez like on the freaking trampoline. The intro all the time. Bedfellows. Oh Lord. Yeah. No, I feel that. Oh man. That's so funny. Too Many Cooks takes the same trajectory at Fast franchise. LOL, it starts off as normal and somehow ends up in space. Oh my god, it's so funny. It becomes like an action show. All of a sudden, it went from, oh Lord, it's so messed up. Yo, this dog one though, like this possessed dog. Does anyone remember? The dawn is your enemy. The audio was chilling on that one. Oh God. Yeah, I'm gonna look those up when I get off here. I'm not trying to get copyright claimed. Otherwise, I would totally do a reaction video. But no, um, this one's crazy. Does anyone remember this one? It was like the dog. Like, I was very little and I remember this one. Like, look at that. What even is that? It's like a demonic, like, dog, dude. And also the music made these, like, really scary. Oh! Yo! Jake, I know what you're talking about. I did see that. The dawn is your enemy. It's this one. Oh, man. Bro, this one was horrifying. Like, what? Who creates these? Like, what? The dawn is your enemy? Oh my God. Oh, Lord. That's funny. PlayStation 3, yeah, absolutely. What in the shrooms am I looking at? Toonami on Saturday night were W. Toonami meant Dragon Ball Z, so I love that. It was very weird. All right, this one though, like why was this ever a thing? This was just flat out disturbing. Like these bumps, man. It's like what are we doing here, folks? what are we doing? Like what? Why? I mean, Adult Swim, man. Like what? Oh Lord. I'm gonna say Chupacabra, but I don't know. Yeah, dude, messed up. It really did. That's just horrifying. I'm gonna put it away now. You guys deserve sleep, and I'm not gonna rob you of that. But I mean, if you know, you know. Was that weird Batman one? There was the one where the guy was the bird that had the axe. Yeah, there's a bunch of weird ones. My God. Yeah, and I also feel like they like wanted to terrorize children just for the hell of it, and they got away with it. Right? Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to see that. I don't know if I want to see that. Dude, that's what I'm saying, and Jake actually pointed this out. Um, he was like, yeah, like you would have the volume down at 1, And it was like they wanted you to get in trouble with your parents, like they wanted to terrorize you because if you were watching it, meant like probably your parents didn't want you to watch it, so you were going behind their back. So you would have the volume at 1, and it would literally just go full blast, and you'd be like, "Why is this so loud?" Oh yeah, no, I know. They just like terrorizing people. I don't know. Loud AF for no reason. Thanks surround sound out of nowhere. Oh my god. Like that whole thing, like we got him, you know that meme? We got him. And then it like gets like really loud, like the audio. That's what they would do. It just full blast the audio. For like no reason. Oh Lord. Yeah, man. I mean, all bets are off when you're. I mean, not all bets, but most bets are off when it comes to late night TV. Oh man, exactly. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, Adult Swim was just that was like another. That was a whole other thing. Oh my God, Darren, you thirsty? Spike TV. Oh God. Oh God. Don't get me started with Spike TV. Yeah, that was something else. Oh wow, apparently breaking news, Bradley Beal declined his player option for $36.4 million and will now be a free agent. That's crazy. That's a lot of money to just turn down. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, as have I. Definitely. What's up, Karma? No, I agree with you. I like what they did. Going out and get Bobby Wagner, Allen Robinson. I mean, I'm going to miss Robert Woods, but definitely like what they did. Yeah, Beal's testing the market, man. I mean, you decline a $36.4 million player option. I don't know. That you must know that you're getting paid even like you're going to a good team. You got like 4 options for commercials after 2. Ultimate Love Collection, a scary ad, Viagra ad, or GGW ads. Oh my god. Beal to the Warriors to pull a KD. Oh lord. Hope not. Dean Martin celebrity roast. Didn't John Wall accept his player? He did. And I mean I don't blame him. Why would he not? Where's he gonna get that money? Like there's nowhere else he's gonna get that money. Dude hasn't played in 2 years. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. My God. Dude's having the hibachi sushi menu every night. Oh, yeah. I'm not touching Kyrie Irving with the 10-foot pole. I mean, you know me, I'd rather roll with Russ, but if they're not going to roll with Russ, at least Bradley Beal, you could make the argument, would work better with the Lakers. But Kyrie Irving, that dude is just a locker room cancer, man. Yeah, I think Chris Garrett kind of, goes into that Obadiah Okoronkwo role for the Rams. So, yeah, I feel that. I think he's going to get playing time this year. Yo, that ice came through for Jake tonight. Hasn't yawned since he cracked that bad boy open, LOL. It's weird. I wasn't tired, though. And I looked up, like, people yawn even when they're not tired. It's like like, I gotta look it up again. One is that we are bored or tired, which I was neither. We just don't breathe as deeply as we usually do. As in theory goes, our body takes in less oxygen because our breathing is slowed. Therefore, yawning helps us bring more oxygen in the blood, move more carbon dioxide. Um, Fatigue? That's possible. It's normally fatigue, boredom, or sleepiness. So I was probably fatigued. I don't know why. Maybe I'm dehydrated. I don't know. That's probably what it was. We fixed my dehydration with this ice caffeine. I hate yawning though. It's so annoying. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. He is. I know, and people want to trade Russell Westbrook for Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward's never healthy. Like I don't get the whole Russell. I don't get the Gordon Hayward love. He's good, but man, some people think he's like a superstar, and I'm like, yeah, no. The Nets should definitely hit up Bradley Beal. He'd be a great fit for them. That's hilarious. But that's called taking action. Yeah, I mean that's probably it. Although I gotta get back to the gym. You guys remember I used to come on to live streams just like with like a tank top and I'd be like swole as hell. And now I'm like, not feeling the tank top. Not today, not tomorrow, not the next day. We'll get back into the gym. We'll get back there. Yeah, I liked him. I don't think he's been the same since the injury, to be fair. And I feel for him in that regard, but at the same time, I'm tired of him getting overrated. Kenobi finale soon, yes. Yes, absolutely. Kenobi, and we got episode 3 of Miss Marvel. I'll be watching both of them. Oh, sick. That's awesome. Maybe. I don't know. I like my Planet Fitness because I can go like whenever. I could go right now if I wanted to. I love that. That has to be it, right? To turn down $36 million. I mean, to essentially turn down the opportunity of a supermax deal, that's probably it. I can't believe the Suns are just gonna let Ayton go. Dude's 23. Like what? It's weird to me. Dear God, they were to get Ayton. They don't even need him. I mean, they didn't need KD the year they got him, and they won a ring. So I'd imagine they'd probably win a ring. Oh, it looks nuts. Yeah, the Mando trailer that looks insane. Yeah, the Suns should go after Ayton. Agreed. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Again, I just don't know why they're letting him go. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely I hear you there. Let's drop the link, by the way, if not everybody's in there. Let's drop the link to you know what? The Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, we have over 430 people in there. It's always active, and you should check it out. This is literal facts, by the way. 100%. Totally agree with this. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, God, no. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Oh, thanks, Nolan. I appreciate that. He's got the perfect setup for me. This is called perfect setup format for comments. Ready? That's kind of long, but you get my point. Who's the greatest YouTuber of all time? Hey, there we go. How about that? Nolan thinks I'm the greatest YouTuber of all time. He said it, not me. See what I mean? Boom. There it is. The arrows point to me. They also point to my microphone, but now they're pointing to me. So, I kid. I don't think I'm the greatest YouTuber of all time. I'm trying to be, but, you know. Probably not, although I wouldn't be against it. I don't know. I just don't think Lewis is as well-rounded as Hollins. Plus, he has injury history. I don't know. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, I can't wait for James Wiseman. Snapple facts. No lies were told this night. Eh? All right. I appreciate it all. Oh man, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think we're getting to the natural end of this live stream, but it's been a blast. I never know how long I'm gonna go live, and then all of a sudden I look and I'm like, yeah, I think it's about time. It feels right, you know. But guys, it's been fun. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know, the OGs, the same people. Really appreciate you guys, and I'm gonna get to work on planning my day tomorrow. I got some content coming out. We got my weekly Wednesday baseball parlay column. That was really long. I'm sorry. My weekly Wednesday column where I do my baseball parlays. If anyone is a betting man, I nailed last week. Almost hit the mega parlay that I put together. Was one win away. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Thegameday.com. You'll find that tomorrow, or rather today, because today's Wednesday. On top of that, you will also find I'm going to have a Jets and Rams related video tomorrow. We'll do another live stream tomorrow, this same time tomorrow night. So got a lot of content coming out. I figured, yeah, it's the off season. There's not a lot to talk about, but hey, we're able to talk for 3 hours, almost 3 hours, about virtually nothing. Just things over and over again. Like, I did not come into this live stream with any sort of plan of direction. I'm just like, you guys are going to run the show. I'll find my way based on your comments. That's how these work. But really appreciate you guys tuning in as always. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. This has been JE Live. Make sure to tell everyone where you can find, as you said it, not me, the best YouTuber. So I'm signing off. Till next time, I'll see you guys soon. You guys take care. And I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, so will you. Later, folks.